Hello there. Uh, you asked me the question that in one of the classes, what's the difference between sarcasm and irony? Okay, let's start with sarcasm. And let's look at this Oxford Advanced Learners Dictionary's definition. And you have noticed that I use that dictionary pretty often. Uh, let's look at the definition. Sarcasm is a way of using words that are the opposite of what you mean in order to be unpleasant to somebody or to make fun of them. Here, it's a way of using words. When you use words, you express your opinion. And in this case, your opinion is the opposite of what you mean. Why? Because you are intentionally trying to be unpleasant to somebody, or you want to make fun of them. So here the key point is sarcasm is an expression. Let's look at the example sentence here. It says, "That will be useful," she snapped with heavy sarcasm. In this sentence, it actually means she really thought it would not be useful at all. That means she didn't think at all that it would be useful. So she said exactly the opposite of what it really means. So sarcasm is an expression in which you express the opposite of what you really mean. Let me give you some of the examples I got from some of the students. Some of the students told me that one of the students told me that there is a common culture that when a girl in Taiwan wants to break up with a guy, she might approach him and say, "Dear John, you are too good, you are too kind for me, and you are much better than me. Uh, you are so kind that I can't be with you anymore. I'm not worthy of you." So all those good words she threw at John are good words on the surface, but that's not what she meant. So all those words are sarcastic words. So that's an example of sarcasm. Now let's move to irony and see what that means and how is it different from sarcasm. Irony, on the other hand, has got two definitions. Let's start with the first one. It says irony here, the amusing or strange aspect of a situation that is very different from what you expect. A situation like this. So here, irony is a situation. And situation is not an expression. In the previous description of sarcasm, I said it's an expression. And here, irony is a situation. It is a situation. But the situation is very different from what you expect. And in sarcasm, you say something that is very different from what you mean. See the difference? Sarcasm is an expression where you say the opposite of what you mean. And irony is a situation that is very different from what you expect, but it's true. It is true. Let's look at the example sentence here. The irony is that when he finally got the job, he discovered he didn't like it. So it could be like that the guy, he maybe had this job after maybe trying for a couple of years or many years, or maybe it was his lifelong dream job. But finally, when he got the job, he found out, he discovered he didn't like it. And that's an irony. Okay, now let's move to the second definition of irony, which is the use of words. The use of words that say the opposite of what you really mean, often as a joke, and with a tone of voice that shows this. So here again, the second definition of irony is use of words. And whenever you use this phrase, use of words, it means it's an expression. And again, the expression is the opposite of what you really mean. And you show that in your voice, because tone of your voice will show that you are not really meaning what you're saying. Like, let's look at this example sentence. This is an interesting example sentence. England is famous for its food, she said with heavy irony. Everybody knows that England can be famous for anything, but not for its food. And it's so interesting because Oxford is a British dictionary, and here they're admitting it in their example sentence. And there is no hiding. So England is famous. If you do that in your voice, it clearly shows that you are not really meaning what you're saying. England is famous for its food. And if you change your eyebrows a little bit, make your eyebrows a little wavy, it's even more clear. Okay, so the second definition of irony is pretty similar to the definition of sarcasm. So this is where I think we confuse sometimes. Alright, I guess it's clear now. If it is, I think you could write a sentence and leave it on the wall, and I would appreciate that. Thank you. Bye-bye.